Hey guys, welcome to a new deck profile video. I'm going to be showing off the deck that I used to play in the Time Wizard event at the Euros. It was really fun, really amazing. Unfortunately, it was only 4 rounds. I finished 2-2, so I won twice, lost twice. And I played one of my favorite decks, of course, Garden Cat. But a slightly different version than the deck profile that I uploaded earlier. This one does not run any equip cards, does not run Power Tool Dragon. Okay, so let's start off with the monsters. Of course, running our favorite boy, Rescue Cat. This is what the deck is all about, trying to summon this guy as often as possible. Then the targets for Rescue Cat are going to be 3 Herbaloms and 1 Neospatian Dark Panther. So typically, with this kind of deck, I only run 3 targets for Rescue Cats. Most of the time it's just going to be 2 Herbaliom and 1 Dark Panther. But I decided to try something different this time and run triple Herbaliom and 1 Dark Panther. I have to say, Dark Panther itself was amazing this weekend. It was amazing. It won me, I think, 2 games just by itself, being able to copy a Stardust Dragon and being able to copy a Prime Material Dragon. Also copied a Judgment Dragon, which managed to keep me in the game for a little bit longer. Yeah, this card is amazing. But the main reason why this is actually kind of nice is because you can resolve Rescue Cat twice if you're lucky enough. I managed to resolve Rescue Cat twice in 1 turn even, because I still had all 4 targets in my deck. Some Rescue Cats, some like, let's say, Dark Panther and Herbaliom, Reborn Rescue Cats, and summon 2 more Herbaloms. It was amazing. Yeah, I don't think I would run more than 4, to be honest, because they are still cards that you don't really want to draw. They're really strong inside your deck, but they're not that strong when you draw them. So yeah, I think the perfect number is still 3 or 4. Then, to get on to one of the most important cards in the deck, that's going to be Summoner Monk. This gets out your Rescue Cats, and it's a spellcaster, so you can easily make Arcanite Magician. Yeah, this is one of your prime targets in the deck to play. Then we have Sangan. This guy just searches either a Summoner Monk or Rescue Cat most of the time, which is, of course, great. It's a dark as well. Amazing. Then we're running 2 enablers, which are going to be double Armageddonite. Most of the time you're sending Summoner Monk with this to go into the Garden Cat combo. But you can also send the 1 Plague Spirit Zombie to make like an easy level 6 synchro. Then the last like normal kind of monster that I was running was double Gravekeeper Spy. So just 2 Spy, no Descendant, because I felt like Descendant, it's mediocre most of the time. If you draw it, it's completely useless. Well, not completely useless, but like it's a really low impact card. And okay, being able to like have a Spy, they attack into it, it survives, summon Descendant, pop the Spy to pop something else. It's an okay play, like it's definitely nice to have. But the main reason I wanted to have Spy was actually just to have a body that can float into another body if needed. Or to have like a defensive play against most of the turn 1 plays of my opponents. Right, there is almost no regular normal summon that's going to get over the Spy. So you get a Spy, maybe another Spy. Do you have Tribute Fodder for maybe triple Kaios that I'm running? Or you can use one of the Spies along with an Herbaliom or Rescue Cat to go into some synchro plays. So yeah, triple Kaios, definitely very strong cards. I didn't draw it that often this tournament. But still, whenever I had it, it was amazing. Like, yeah, it's one of the boss monsters of this time. Then another boss monster is, of course, Dark Arm Dragon. We're running quite a lot of Dark, so it's possible to get Dark Arm Dragon out pretty early. And then the last card is going to be 1 Gorse. Yeah, again, if you resolve Gorse, sometimes it can be game-winning, or it can prevent you from losing the game. Those are all the monsters. I don't think I would change almost anything about the monsters. I think it's great. So now for the spells, let's start off with all the one-offs. We have 1 Cold Wave, yeah, pretty good to protect your combo plays. You have to be mindful though, because you cannot do the entire Garden Cat combo under Cold Wave, because you need to activate Black Garden. But you can do it like preemptively to prevent your opponent from setting any back row, and then combo off the next turn. Heavy Storm again, clearing back row. It's really important for this deck to be able to play through the back row. Space Typhoon, similar. Giant Grenades, again, same. You just want to be able to resolve your main combo, and it doesn't matter if they have their spells afterwards. Reinforcement of the army gets you to Armageddonite, and it's a spell that you can dump off of Summoner Monk if you don't need Armageddonite anymore. Mind Control, being able to steal your opponent's monsters. maybe resolve their flip effects or their other kind of effects, and then synchro them away. It's amazing. Brain control, stronger version of mind control. Being able to go for game with it so easily sometimes, or it can steal games. It's amazing. Now let's get into the card that makes Garden Cat. Garden Cat, and that's gonna be our Garden, which is gonna be Black Garden. Yeah, it's mostly a combo piece in this deck, but it can be used defensively as well, which came up a couple of times during my games. And then one Terraforming. I'm also running triple Absurd Goblin in this version, just to be able to thin the deck down a little bit more. The extra 1000 life points, yeah, sometimes it's annoying to deal with when your opponent is on low life, but having more consistent access to your Rescue Cats or Garden Cat combo, I think it's very important. I'm also running double Pot of Avarice to recycle our Rescue Cat combo, and just being able to draw cards, it's amazing. It's very easy to make Pot of Avarice live in this deck. Like if you resolve Summer Monk plus Rescue Cats, you automatically go into like 5 monsters after synchroing. And the last card that I am playing as a spell is Double Instant Fusion. I wanted to try this card out again because I felt like there is one card I will show you later on that also synergizes really well with Black Garden as well. And it's an extra special summon to deal with that Airbalm in your hand or a Caius. I think this is more reliable as well than playing the equipped spells, because you can summon whatever you want, right? You're not limited to whatever is in your opponent's graveyard. So yeah, these were all of the spells. Now let's get into the traps. So for the traps, I'm not playing a heavy trap lineup. I'm just playing the most important traps in my opinion. It's gonna be one Torrential Tribute, one Mirror Force, and one Solemn Judgment. These are, in my opinion, the 3 strongest standalone trap cards in this format, if you're not running Floodgates, that is. But I'm also running one Call of the Haunted to be able to reborn a Summoner Monk, for example, that I sent off of Armageddon Knight, being able to reborn a Synchro Monster, a Rescue Cat, something strong. There are a lot of potential targets. So it can be regarded as like an extra copy of Black Garden that is a little bit stronger, but it's a trap card, unfortunately. And the last trap card that I'm running is Swanda's Tornado, just being able to clear more back row again. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think I may replace this with a Trapstone eventually, and maybe the Call of the Haunted as well, I'm not sure. Because Trapstone can punish the discard traps a lot more, like Raigeki Break or Phoenix Wing Blasts, because Dust Tornado doesn't really do anything against that. So yeah, resolve the main deck. Normally it should be 40 cards. Now let's get into the extra deck. So the extra deck, there isn't really a big difference between this extra deck and the one that I played before, but let's go through it anyway. We have only one level 5 synchro, and it's going to be Alive Justice Catastor. It's hard to make in this deck, it doesn't come up that often. But if it does, I think Catastor is the best level 5 to make in general. One Tempest Magician, you can make this pretty easily with a Plague Spreader plus Gravekeeper Spy or a Summoner Monk. It can win you games in time as well, or just being able to finish off your opponents. Yeah, important as well for the Time Wizard event. They went with the current time rule, so you just, like when time is called, you finish your phase, and then whoever is on lower life points loses the game. And because of that, I think Tempest Magician might be a little bit more important in decks in the future, if they do keep making like these Edison Time Wizard events. But then let's get into one of the strongest synchros, and that's going to be Bryonek. Yeah, it won me a couple of games. Yeah, being able to bounce your opponent's card is so strong. Flammable Uroquizas. I just like this because it has piercing, so when you attack onto a Raikou or Dandelion tokens, Spirit Reaper, stuff like that, you do still inflict a lot of damage, which can win you the game again sometimes. And the last level 6, of course, is going to be Goyo Guardian. I think the strongest, or maybe the second strongest, next to Bryonek. Yeah, you should always run this, of course. And for level 7s, I'm running one Black Rose Dragon. Sometimes it comes up, most of the time it doesn't, but if it does, you're going to be happy that you're playing it. Ancient Fairy Dragon, kind of similar. The big booty can help you survive for a long time against some decks, and being able to destroy your opponent's field spell to search your own Black Garden can also be really nice. One X-Saber Herbalum. I actually made this card a lot during this tournament. Like if you can make it early game, then while they still have 4 or more cards in their hand, you can easily put one of them back and then maybe discard another card with Herbalum as well. So yeah, that's pretty nice. and one Arcanite Magician. I may consider running 2 of these if I change my deck up a little bit more, because I know that there was one game where I was really missing the second Arcanite Magician, but in most cases you do only really need one. Then for level 8, I'm running one Stardust Dragon. Yeah, this is really nice. If you can make an early Stardust Dragon and then Garden Cat combo afterwards, it's really nice, because you're like pretty sure that your Garden Cat combo is going to go off without any problems. The instant fusions do help with this. If you can normal summon an Aerbellum, or you already have an Aerbellum on the field and an instant fusion, make Stardust Dragon, and then afterwards you can Garden Cat combo, it's really nice. Plus for a large fiend again, like it's nice when you're low in life points, or you suspect your opponent has like one of those discard traps or dimensional prison, brain control. Yeah, strong card overall. Or like an Archfiend, to be able to deal with like very defensive boards can be pretty nice. Dark and Dragon, I think this is a very strong card overall. It's not that difficult to make in this deck, even though you need a non-tuner Dark, but we do run a couple of those, which make it more feasible. And then the last synchro monster that I'm playing is one Mistworm. Again, this also really doesn't come up that often, but when it does, and when you can make it, I think it's so important and so strong that I don't really want to remove this card from my Exa deck. And then the last one is going to be just one Reaper on the Nightmare. This is my only instant fusion target. It's important that, because it has 800 attack, so that means with just one Blackguard token on the field, you are able to summon this off of Blackguard from your graveyard. And then you have like a fully functional Spirit Reaper that can attack directly, being able to discard a card from your opponent's hand every turn. Pretty nice. And it's a Dark as well, and level 5. So that means, together with Airborne, you can go into level 8, as well as Dark and Dragon, because this is the Dark monster that you need for it. So I'm really happy that I run Reaper on Nightmare. There is an argument to be made to also run Musician King. It's like a level 5 light spellcaster monster. So you can go into Arcanite Magician very easily, together with Plague Spirit Zombie. But unfortunately, I don't have a TCG legal version of that card yet. So I wasn't able to play it for the tournament. So I just decided to go with just one Reaper on the Nightmare, and it was okay for me. It did what it had to do. I'm happy with it. So yeah, that was the deck. I don't have a side deck, unfortunately. I also played the tournament without a side deck. I don't think there are many things that I would change about the deck. Maybe something in the Exa deck. Maybe a couple of changes in the spells department. But yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Hope you try out the deck as well. And maybe see you next time. Bye-bye.